What's the most important thing to know?
The most important thing to know is the answer to the question, who am I? Because if we don't know who we are, then we got no idea of what it is we're doing here. It's important to know that you're not special, but you are unique. Never before has one such as you come. There's no one here like you now, and never again will this happen in the same configuration, that you are unique. It's important to know that, regardless of what your life is telling you, that your existence actually means something incredible. And that meaning is something that you really need to find out. It's important to know that things are not as they appear. So it appears that this world is real, substantial, but actually, if you really look, you will find that it's actually more dreamlike. It has the same qualities as a dream. And this idea we have of ourselves and of this world is what causes us suffering. Because we don't know the true nature of reality, and because we don't know who we are, we listen to our mind's version of it, how it characterizes this experience that we have of ourselves and this life. But it leaves us feeling that we're not good enough, that there's something wrong, and that this life isn't all that. Whereas when we finally find who we are, or come into that beingness that we truly are, then our perception of the world is heavenly, spacious, peaceful. Now that doesn't mean to say that there aren't terrible things happening in the world. And it doesn't mean to say that we don't feel and empathize with those things. In fact, we feel compassion. When we return to who we are, we feel compassion. It's important to know that no matter how you turn up for yourself, angry, addicted, compulsive, lost, all these different things, out of control, I've been all these things, I've been all of those. No matter how you turn up for yourself, inside you there is something divine, meaning of God, deep inside us. There's something that hasn't been touched by the terrible traumas that may have come. It's important to know that. When a tsunami comes and wreaks havoc on an island, when it's passed, the sky hasn't actually changed at all. When they let a nuclear bomb off, that big mushroom cloud didn't actually affect the sky at all. In us there is sky-like awareness. It's important to know that. It doesn't get touched. Who we really are hasn't been touched. And the idea of me being wounded, which I lived in, and the idea of, being broken and, whatever, just a myth that served me, but also cost me a lot. And it's important to know that who I truly am, who you truly are, is not broken, is not wounded. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Now, your body may be not functioning properly. Your thoughts may give you disturbance. But it's you that is being given the disturbance. That you that is being given the disturbance of your thoughts is not actually disturbed. Very important to know that. There's a part of us that doesn't evolve. It's important to know that. Knowing that, actually being that, there's love. For no reason. Knowing that, being that, there's peace. It's incredibly important to know peace. If you come to this life, you get a human body, and you don't find peace, you don't find the realization of the self, you don't find the big love, and you die, it's as if you were in a dream and you never woke up in the dream. What I'm talking about, this is a dream, and you're not the character that you play. The father, the worker, what your job is, what you do. And that you can wake up in this dream. It's important to know that. You can be asleep dreaming you're awake, or be awake consciously dreaming this life. It's important to know that however much I've understood, there's more. There's always what I don't know yet. It's important to know that love cannot and will not be confined by the mind. We have to release ourselves into love in order to know it. It won't be looked at, love. It won't be remembered. It has to be felt. And love is always more incredible than we think. It's also important to know and remember and to keep in mind that this ends. So while we're here, we must find what it is that doesn't change, that is unborn, unchanging, and undying. That self we must become. And then when we depart, no big deal, no big shock. Just another scene in the movie of this life. It's important to know that you're beautiful, worthwhile, and full of treasures.